Royal scandal. Sussexes left speechless after U.S. constitutional amendment prohibits Lil from being called princess. The Sussexes are shaken by the fact that the U.S. constitutional amendment prohibits their daughter, Lily, from assuming the title of princess. Hello, noble subjects and curious people from all over the world. If you are fascinated by royalty and want to stay up to date with the latest news and gossip, this is the right channel for you. So, subscribe now to not miss any episode and stay on top of everything that is happening in the world of royalty. They themselves had called their children prince and princess, and had even invited members of the British royalty to the baptism at their home, but none attended. Recently, an intrusive person claimed to have a recording of the incident and demanded a public apology from the royal family. However, many Americans do not care about these titles, and it is unlikely that they will be used frequently unless required by the Sussexes themselves. It is important to remember that the Constitution of the United States prohibits the granting of titles of nobility without the consent of Congress. The inclusion of the prohibition of titles of nobility in the United States Constitution reflects the Americans' resistance to aristocracy and reinforces the republican nature of the government established by the Constitution. This clause complements other constitutional provisions, such as the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, which prohibit unfair government discrimination among classes of American citizens. The prohibition of titles of nobility was already present in many Revolutionary-era state constitutions, as well as in the Articles of Confederation. If the Sussexes' children are being raised as American citizens, they do not have the right to use titles to claim privileges, and the same applies to their parents. If Meghan wants to be called a duchess, she should go to another country that allows it, as insisting that American citizens do so violates their constitutional rights. The Sussex couple must be careful about how they are raising their children, as they may be becoming targets due to the high profile they are maintaining. Additionally, they cannot expect the United Kingdom to pay for their security. The final accusation that they sold their souls to the devil is unfounded and unfair. What do you think Meghan and Harry will do? Leave your thoughts in the comments. The first child of the Sussexes will be named distant from any association with royalty, as they consider themselves superior and more modern than the rest of the family. They do not want their child to be a slave to traditions and therefore choose not to give him a title. Have you made it this far and still haven't subscribed? Then subscribe now to stay up to date on everything in the world of royalty. As for their second child, who was born after the Sussexes' departure from the royal family, they chose a name that evokes the most respected and iconic monarch in history and appropriated her personal nickname, claiming it as their favorite. They now demand titles for both children, even though they previously denied wanting titles for their first child. This shows a change in attitude on the part of the Sussexes, who were previously opposed to the tradition of the royal institution, but now seem to be embracing it again.